Good morning, beloved. Welcome to our Super Self-Love Sunday experience together. It's a little earlier this morning. I'm trying to make this video for you earlier so that my children are resting and we can just have this time together. So, self-love sometimes looks like being around people and really experiencing maybe how different you feel and reveling in the beauty and the uniqueness that you are. Sort of having these experiences with others allows you to see more clearly who you are and what you oppose or what you are in harmony with. See, people are not here to agree with you. They're not always here to see you. They're not always here to love you in the way that you really need to be seen or recognized in that moment. And that's okay. Love them anyway. Just love them anyway. And most of all, love yourself. So everyone else's perception of you is not necessarily about you at all. So, and people love to create labels, and people love to put you in a box where they can understand you so that they can reduce you to a set of characteristics or ways of being that are actually not who you are. In fact, it'll never be who you are because you're an infinite being. And you have some temporary patterning around, habitual responses to things, but that's not who you are. I can see who you really are. You are not your structures. You are not your behavioral responses to things. You are this incredibly beloved, amazing being here for miracles and magic in this life. And along that journey, you're going to go through some pain. It's part of life. It's like when the seed of sprouting life anew, when the seed of you, sorry about that. When the seed of you, this next level you, is ready to blossom. So what happens is there's this protective coating around the seed of you. And that protective coating, feels very secure and stable, and it's a structure. But all structures, beloved, all structures are meant to be expanded beyond. So while structure holds things in place for certain periods of time for our benefit, when it's time, those structures must go. So as that seed, the shell, the encasing of the inner magic in that seed, the structure that held it safely for a while, is now breaking open. And that's the pain you feel. That's the pain that you experience. It's kind of like a loss of identity and, oh my gosh, who am I now? And what's happening? I don't know. And all these experiences of pain, like it's really the unknown that we're so afraid of, and change. And we really, we could really just love and hug ourselves through these many, 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 many changes that are happening in our world and that are happening in our own DNA as we become that which is the most resourceful, beloved, connected beings of life. So one of the things that I'm feeling very strong about is that I am called to restore life to life. Because when I look around and I see so much of our world, it's really not life. So much of the way things are run, the way things are done, the way people organize things, committees, legions, these all these organized structures are so ineffective. And so effective in not necessarily the correct ways. So let's take, for example, if you are on a coalition, right, to, like yesterday. Okay, so here's a perfect example. My daughter Bella, my precious Bella, she's the most unfathomably amazing human being that is, she's wired to serve and to be centered in herself and to come from a space of inner power in everything that she does. She's extremely principled, completely, like, blatantly honest. She could not ever tell a lie or be dishonest in any way or allow you to believe something that is not fully true. She's just absolutely epic, amazing child. And she's turning 16 at the end of this month, which we'll do something special for her too. But what I want to say, what she did yesterday is she went around town and handed out and put stickers all over town about suicide prevention. So, and I love that. I love that she did that. I love that feels good to her. And her and I were both talking about this, and she was like, we need to catch people before they get to the point of suicide. And I was like, amen, right? Like, amen. And it's all about connectivity. It's all about connectivity. When we create these structures and forms and rah, 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 here we go, cheerleading on these like social events, right? Or, these opportunities to go and, spread the word about these different things. That's wonderful. And there's a deeper reason that these ways of being in the world are actually existing. And it's because we are lacking fundamentally as humans connectivity as life to our own essence selves, from our spirit to our earth mother that's holding us and allowing us to have all of these crazy adolescent experiences that destroy the earth mother that we're living on, like, business and money and the way that things are run right now, the structures of all these things do not allow for the earth to be seen as alive, as living. And and I went to a parent coffee at my daughter's school this week too. And it was so amazing that every single issue that everyone is talking about. And I stood up and I said, I appreciate what you're sharing, and I really love that, what you're interested in. I love these responses. And what I see in all of this is an issue of love, belonging, and connection. Because when people understand your story, when people know you, when you take your ability to connect, like really connect with other humans, not just join a committee to hopefully make a friend when everybody's focused on this external thing, but what about creating a world where we connect deeply and know and understand one another so deeply that when someone behaves in a way that's challenging, we don't make that person wrong and put them in a box. We invite them to heal and we say, I'm here for you. What's going on? Do you need to talk? Do you need a hug? Do you need to know that I love you? This is one of the most powerful ways that we can show up, not take things so personally. And this happened for my daughter too. She was in school the other day, and this was like a week ago or so, and she's resolved this completely. And this is how she did it. She recognized that this person who was saving a seat for her and who gave it to someone else, it like broke Bella's heart, you know, because she was like looking so forward all day to sitting next to this person and talking. And then this friend gave away her seat to someone else, and she was rude to Bella. And Bella came home in tears, and she was just so upset, so sad. And we talked about it a little bit, and then Bella on her own said, you know, that was kind of uncharacteristic behavior for her, and you know, maybe it's not about me. And maybe she was just having a rough day. And that's exactly what it was, right? We don't ever do something to hurt one another unless we're hurting. Hurt people. And that's just how it goes. It's just what happens. And we're unconscious of the pain that we're causing other people because we're suffering. So nobody is like wrong or guilty or at fault. And, you know, in this world, everybody wants to go punish someone, punish something, find the cause and beat it up, right? That's not working. That's not working. They're not bad people. What happened to them that caused them to behave that way? Let's inquire. Let's connect. Let's understand each other's story. This is true self-love in action. And I'm never saying, never, to be at the hand of someone else's abuse. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that there's a deeper connectivity that is with the essence of all of life. And it's right here in your heart. And it's when you don't take things personally and you seek to understand and to be love for yourself. And by the way, not taking it personally, that's huge self-love. Huge self-love. When you do not take the actions or thoughts or behaviors of other people personally, that means you know who you are, beloved. That means you are standing in self-love. You are living and breathing in self-love. You're full inside, and you don't need someone else to fill you up with, you know, the affirmation of you, because you kind of already know who you are. And yes, it feels so yummy and delicious and wonderful to be seen by others. And others might not be available to see you. But you know what I do? I can see you. And I love you. And I know you. I know the beauty of you. I know the infinity of you. I know the purpose and path of your glorious life that you were created for. You out of, you know, any of these other beings who could have been created, you were given this body and this experience and this body of experience of opportunity to really blossom in this life. And that's what I see. That's what I'm here for. And no life is more important than any other. Everyone is equally amazing. Because we all come from this infinite source. And we're all like, you know, vibrating cells in the body of life. And there's a lot of cells that are dying. There's a lot of cells that are, you know, moving into the experience of non-life in many ways, being so structured and so zombie-like. Not even being in touch with their heart. And I want to reach out, and I want to create that reconnectivity again. This connectivity of life, of love, of the essence of, you know, why we're here, what we're all about. So I encourage you today to take what I've said here and see what really feels like that spark within you that you want to carry forward this week. Maybe not taking things personally, maybe seeing that when somebody behaves in a way that is not kind to you, that it's not about you, and that you could, if you feel like it, if you want to experiment with your magical self, you could ask them, you know, what's up? Can I Can I give you a hug? Do you need to be heard? Is something going on? Because I saw that you behaved in a way that maybe wasn't really true for you. And to look, beloved, I also encourage you to look into the mirror. And not look in the mirror to like fix your hair, change your whatever, not to find fault, but just to like see yourself anew. Maybe for the first time, look at your eyes and notice the sparkle of aliveness in your eyes. And let your eyes just gaze softly. And you might notice when you look in the mirror and you see yourself that different images will kind of like almost overlay over top of your face, and just let them come and go. Because they arise and they let go, and then you can see deeper and deeper. And this essence being that you can see when you gaze at yourself is the part of you that is beyond this life, the part of you that's infinite, the part of you that is pure magic and has the magic to bring to you in all the life circumstances that you face right now. Oh my gosh, this video is getting so long. Okay, I'll stop now, but I want to say I love you. And I want to say I am here in support of your life blossoming into who you are. And I'm here to support you loving and being yourself. Have a beautiful Sunday, beloved. And remember, Sunday is about self-love. Always.